Right now we're going to take a look at the Mercury Mountaineer.
Now the Mountaineer is basically Mercury's version of the Ford Explorer, but with an emphasis on comfort and luxury.
The Mountaineer is available only in a 4-door body style, with choices of 2- or 4-wheel drive and 6-cylinder or 8-cylinder power.
Our test vehicle is equipped with 4-wheel drive and a 4-liter V6 engine that generates 210 horsepower and 240 pound-feet of torque.
The transmission is a 5-speed automatic, and 4-wheel drive is handled by Mercury's control track system that has an automatic setting which transfers power to the front wheels if the rears begin to slip. It also has normal high and low range settings for the 4-wheel drive, and all switching is done by an easy-to-operate control on the dashboard.
We thought the 6-cylinder engine provided plenty of power for just about any driving situation, and it returned reasonable fuel economy in the bargain. We got about 17 miles per gallon in our testing.
The overall ride and handling of the Mercury were quite good in most types of driving, and the air suspension in the rear does a good job of taming body lean in corners.
We do think that some stiffer shocks are in order if you're going to do any amount of serious off-road driving. On washboard-type surfaces, the wheels just don't stay firmly planted on the ground, and big ruts, taken at any speed above a very slow speed, can cause the suspension to bottom out.
For the kinds of roads that most mountaineers will encounter on a normal basis, though, it works just fine. And the body and chassis structure feels sturdy and reassuring, even on those rough roads.
Our test Mountaineer started out with a base price of $29,160 and was optioned up to an as-tested price of $35,865. The Mountaineer comes with courtesy lamps underneath both outside rear view mirrors. These are sometimes referred to as puddle lamps or puddle lights. And what they do is illuminate the area before you get in the vehicle at night, giving you easier access if you have to cross a puddle or a curb.
We always like to have mud flaps on our 4-wheel drive vehicles because they're meant for traveling in messy conditions. Unfortunately though, the Mountaineer doesn't have any in the rear or the front, and the lack of mud flaps in the front leads to mud and slush building up on this running board, and that can make it pretty slippery when you're trying to get in and out.
You know, I thought the Mountaineer had a very nice ride height, but it wasn't really high enough to justify having running boards. I think most people will find they're more of a nuisance than a help.
I was very much impressed with the comfort both in the front seat and the rear seat of the Mountaineer. Nice, adjustable, soft leather seats make it a nice place to sit.
This is obviously personal preference, but I like a steering wheel that's a little bit thicker, fits my hand better. Obviously somebody with smaller hands might disagree with me, but I thought this one was kind of thin, and I would have liked to see more padding, particularly when I go off-road.
I very much like the controls mounted in the steering wheel of the Mountaineer. On the left side, you have cruise control functions, and on the right, you have controls to operate the volume and stations on the radio, and below that, you can adjust the fan speed or the temperature of the climate control system. Very nice because you don't have to take your eyes off the road or go searching around on the dashboard for the right switch. Another nice feature about these switches is that they're very natural to operate and they don't get in the way when you're turning the wheel, so you're not accidentally adjusting things that you don't mean to.
The Mountaineer came with an automatic climate control system that I thought was easy to use, especially with the controls on the steering wheel allowing you to adjust the temperature or the fan settings.
The self-dimming mirror is always very nice. It automatically dims itself when lights hit it at night.
With all the functions now located in the rearview mirror, it seems to me like it's a little bit on the large size. It could be just because of the relationship between it and the size of the front windshield, but it seemed to block my view in a lot of situations. I'd like to see it a little bit smaller.
In the front seat area, you're provided with 2 cup holders in the console, and they have these little inserts that allow you to adjust for different size cups. However, they won't hold anything very large, and they're so shallow that they really are not much use when the vehicle's moving. Additionally, once you take one of the inserts out, it's pretty easy to get it lost.
The HomeLink transmitter, which can be programmed to operate your garage door, your house lights, or other gates and entries, is located in the sun visor, and it includes a travel note, which is a digital recording device that can record up to 3 minutes worth of notes.
You have very nice adjustable seats on both sides in the Mountaineer. You have electric adjustments for fore and aft, up and down, and to change the angle of the bottom of the seat. You have a manual control for the backrest angle and also a manual lumbar support. Pretty nice. Just about anybody can get comfortable in here.
As much as I appreciated the center console, I thought the map pockets on the driver's and passenger doors were rather on the small side. I couldn't even get my sunglass case and my wallet in there at the same time.
dual sun visors. Very nice for blocking the sun on the side and the front at the same time.
I thought the trip computer, which is located in the top of the center console, took up an enormous amount of space considering the information that it gave you. And the other thing was, it was on all the time. You couldn't turn it off.
Unlike John, I like the nice large size of the trip computer. The screen is very easy to read while you're driving, and the big control buttons make it very easy to change the function.
In order to fully capitalize on the cargo capabilities of the Mountaineer, you need to fold down the rear seats. But this is an easy operation, and even the headrests fold out of the way automatically.
In addition to providing very nice sound, the stereo system has nice, easy to operate large control buttons.
There were a lot of nice features in the Mountaineer that were obviously designed for extended trips by families. For example, the reading lights in the rear.
I like this control panel that allows rear seat passengers to adjust the fan speed and airflow, and also allows you to adjust the volume and the stations on the stereo system, and you even have the option of plugging in headphones.
The Mountaineer had a versatile tailgate system. You could open up just the glass section, so you had access for little packages in and out, or you could open up the whole tailgate to give you access to what we found was a very roomy cargo area, complete with cargo tie-downs.
The Mountaineer is equipped with a wet arm rear wiper, which, as you can see, sprays the fluid right on the glass rather than from above or below. It does a much better job of cleaning the glass that way.
Overall, we thought the Mountaineer was a versatile, well-equipped vehicle that was a pretty good driving companion in most of the situations that we encountered.
That's right. The Mercury Mountaineer is a comfortable, reasonably sized SUV that's at home, well, not only in the snowy mountains like its name implies, but just about anywhere else you'd like to take it. Don't go anywhere.